Hello, Warriors. Hope everyone had a good week. Hope everyone survived the SVB scenario. I want to start off with the yen because there were very successful trading opportunities. You could go back and check my videos. It's going to be kind of a brag video because I've been in the zone. That's the only reason. So talked about a short here and a cover that we could get a new high. Talked about a short here. And then going into the BOJ, I talked about short one more high up at 38, and here was the BOJ. And then I talked about the NFP to sell strength in the yen, and we had a pop to 137. My target was down here at this 133 level. We're under it by 50, and so this is my initial target. Great setup from last week. What you do now is you book at least half and trail your stops. I wouldn't be against you even considering taking the whole trade off, having windfall profits on your last short from where I left you on Wednesday. So that's the yen. I'm not going to, make any calls here. I do think that we could trade down to 102.5 in the Dixie. So I would also use that as, potentially where you want to get out of the US dollar yen. I was very bearish the yen. In fact, last week I was talking about that I thought the yen could end up taking out these lows. So we've gone through this target. The next important level is 31, where I had these dotted lines, and then this 29, 130 level. So big trades on the short side in US dollar yen. I want to review cable. I said a couple things in the last week. I said, first of all, we were going to clean out the stops under this level right here at 118.41. And I said, if that happens, I don't think it's going to be a breakdown. Do not get too bared up in the pound, that I'd be looking for buys, that perhaps we could even make a move up towards this 124.5. We'll see. I'm not looking to short anything until I get to the maybe another 80 points down in the Dixie, 102.5. So maybe we have 22.5 in the pound. We'll take a look at that. We have the ECB this week, and I'm looking for a place to short this euro above 108. I think that's a possible scenario. Want to talk about yields. I talked about bonds and the 10-year peaking, and that was going to be part of what was going to drive the US dollar yen lower. And there's your 10-year, and what a home run ball in TLT. We're going to open, looks like here, about 107. Could be a breakout in bonds. If it is, we could be looking at 120 down the road. And then I just want to go to gold. I talked about buying last week. I was a little early. I thought we were going to hold 1820, 1830. We got all the way down to 1813, I believe. Some people may call this a failing rally. If you got long down here last week, there's nothing wrong with putting a little in the bank. And then I'm going to, again, be keying off 102.50 in the dollar index. Silver finally outperforming gold as expressed today in the gold silver ratio, which is something I thought we were going to top around 90. It exceeded it, got up to almost 92. So let's see what this correction is going to bring. Important support comes in on the gold silver ratio at 86. Back under 84, we have a big move, and silver's really going to be on its way. But we'll see if that happens. Want to bring out that I said under 3,900 in the S&Ps, which we tested here, had a nice rally. I said it would be bad news. Okay, I'm not sure where the bottom is, but I am going to be taking profits on half of my long VIX call positions, which I talked about down here, the 25 calls. They're now in the money, almost $5. Longer term, I think we're going higher, but I do think between now and the 20th into the equinox and the Fed next week, we'll get some type of low and get some type of bear market rally bounce, maybe into sell in May and go away. Gold shares and silver shares should be up pretty good today, but several things that I've talked about over the last couple of weeks have manifested. I hope I've added value to what you're trying to accomplish in a very difficult endeavor. And a lot of people come in today and they go, well, you know, what do I do? And you don't get setups like you had last week every week. You don't get inflection points like you had in gold or bonds and yields every week, or, you know, a top. This was an inflection point in the yen, and we had inflection points in, you know, gold down there, silver down there. We're way back above in the silver, the 61.8 level. So I'm going to give it a chance, and we'll see what type of March low we get in the S&Ps and see if we could hold 3,800. I will say one thing, let me show you before you get too bared up. We are on the 4-hour getting some type of divergences here. We got almost all the way down to the 3,800 level. But for the market to prove we're going back into a bear market rally, it needs to recapture 39. People say to me, well, what do I do today? You know, there is an option. It's called doing nothing. When risk becomes extreme and ranges become the magnitude of the ranges increase exponentially, it's much more difficult to manage risk. So write this down. At times, it's okay to be a spectator rather than a speculator. Okay? Because sometimes the right trade is no trade. So this is Dale Pinkert from TradeGATEHub, and we are sponsored by TradeView Markets. I'll see you in the room, and you could check out if I have any change of what I'm talking about here in our main room at TradeGATEHub.com. Good hunting, and remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings, and you never go broke taking a profit.